So the opening lineup for the Suns. Warwick is out there with Gortat. And it's Hill. Then it's Nash. And it's Brown in at the 2 guard. And for Cleveland, Jamison and Varejao in the middle. Daniel Gibson is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's G in at the 3.
Just a disastrous season a year ago for the Cavaliers, losing LeBron James and then, of course, plummeting in the standings. And they really struggled at home, too. Just 12 wins total at Quicken Loans Arena. But with the defense recovering into the lane, you've got a wide-open shooter at the three-point line.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Alvin Gentry.
On the defensive end of the court, guys, he said the effort would be anchored by their big men, who he expects to wreak a little havoc in the low post with their shot-blocking prowess.
Thank you very much, Stephens, early on.
Well, you know what I mean. The critical points you allow.
I think it makes sense. I mean, push the defensive end of the hurt some buckets in transition off your defense and try to take control of the game that way.
It's tipped. Here's Warwick. Rebound by Antoine Jamison. Back to the Cavs, Steve. Not exactly how they wanted to start off their new era without LeBron.
No question about it, Kevin. I mean, they got pummeled at home. That's never any fun. And even teams that know they aren't full of talent need to step up and at least play better at home. And it wasn't the case. And, you know, Varejao being hurt really impacted that home record. Now, he wouldn't have made a significant difference, but he would have made a difference if he was healthy.
You know who the Cavs played well against last year was the New York Knicks.
Well, there's always a team that a poor team plays well against. For some reason, the matchups are favorable, and they've got that team's number.
For 3, Gibson. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Wow, so good. On the run, knocking down that shot. That's tough.
Fade away. Gets it to go.
Well, it took a while, but somebody finally got a shot to go.
You know, I was starting to get a little concerned for them. I mean, it hadn't been pretty to this point.
Now, here is Gortat.
Well, Gortat was a really nice pickup for the Suns. He was a backup Dwight Howard in Orlando. Never really got the...
Whoa!
Now, that's just rubbing it in, fellas.
Throwing it down with style.
These folks are not going to forget that one anytime soon.
That doesn't go either for Nash.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
Here's G. He's got 5. Gibson for 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Their defense just hasn't been able to slow them down.
That's a big reason why they're trailing, Clark. They haven't gotten many stops here.
Took him no time at all on that one. Nash has got his second bucket.
You know, like most coaches, Byron Scott can be a bit of a taskmaster, but he doesn't micromanage a team, and players will have a fair amount of freedom in how they play under his leadership.
Gets it to go. Nash has got 6.
Not what they drew up, but they'll take the 2 points.
Gibson for 3. That's good. Back to what you said about Coach Byron Scott. I think the players like the freedom they are allowed. Steve, I'm sure as a player you like that.
Well, every player wants to know that he can miss a shot or make a mistake and not get pulled from the game. And I think as long as there's an understanding between the coach and the player about what's expected of you, then that's fair. And you just adapt to whoever the coach is at that point.
There's the 3. And that one's good by G. 8 points for him.
Wow, hot start offensively.
Racing out to that quick lead. I mean, they're scoring and shooting with a lot of confidence.
Here's Nash. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
And I think defensively, you've got to commit a second defender because he's just destroying you right now.
Yeah, one-on-one, he's been a handful.
The feed to Gortat. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, the Suns missed the playoffs a year ago, and there's a lot of speculation about whether they will begin a rebuilding process. Steve Nash obviously getting up there in years. So the question for Phoenix, do they trade him? Do they keep him? Do they still try to build around him? One thing's for sure, they need an infusion of young talent.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Channing Frye's checked in for Morris. Dudley comes in for Grant Hill, and it's Brown in for Steve Nash. A second chance effort kept alive, and Varejao kicks to Irving. The three-pointer off the mark. Suns trail by 10. The three, and that one's good. Price. Varejao with it. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Irving kicks to Gibson. Called the run, and that one's good.
And they answer right back with that three.
It's a good old shootout. The fans are enjoying this show.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Cavaliers